Welcome viewers to another fabulous episode of Unapologetically Free. Now today I am going to talk about why people fail and use nofap as an example. Now the statement or quote that I'm going to use for this video is this: insanity is doing something over and over again expecting a different result. And I believe it's Albert Einstein who said and come up with this quote. Now what this means is that when you attempt anything, always assess your game plan. And if plan A fails, don't keep on doing plan A in the exact same sequence, the exact same execution, thinking that if you try again, you will succeed. You will not, and it is insanity. Practically speaking, you always do after action review, you assess your game plan, and you want to always increase your knowledge so that you can try something new and attempt that same problem from another angle. Now, for example, if you try tackling nofap in a certain way and you fail, trying again without an improved game plan will very likely lead to failure. Let me give you an example. If you have a hard drive of pornography stored, and then you tell yourself with willpower alone that you are going to stop fapping, stop watching pornography, and start doing nofap right. But then one day you relapse while watching a video from that hard drive. You need to reassess your game plan of relying on your willpower alone, and you need to change this approach by deleting all the videos in that hard drive. Change the environment, and don't always assume that your willpower can carry you through all the way. The best way to overcome temptation is to flee from it, or even not encounter and put yourself in a position where you have to resist that temptation. Now, a change in game plan is not a guarantee of success, but at least it represents a different permutation, a different iteration of attempt. Instead of blind repetition, it now becomes a form of a measure. You are now testing with game plan A, and if game plan A doesn't work, you test with game plan B. You keep testing and testing until you succeed. The key word is until you succeed. No one wants to fail, and you have to keep on trying until you succeed. But when you use the word keep on trying, it is obviously not, I don't mean try the same thing over and over again. This is the reason why many people fail. They don't think about the new game plan that they need, but instead they follow the same old game plan expecting a different result. I have news for you. You will fail again if you try the same method that caused you to fail in the first place. Let me give you a great example. If you find out, this is through a comment on YouTube, I believe. If you find out that you always have a tendency to fap after going to a social event, a party, that somehow brings out this sense of a temptation to want to fap, then for 30 to 60 days, just don't go to these parties at all. Doesn't mean you don't go for the rest of your life. It just means for this period where you want your brain to normalize, don't put yourself in a place of vulnerability where you will start to feel lonely and want to rub one out. After your brain has normalized, after the benefits of nofap has kicked in, then you consider facing these anxiety-inducing events instead. So that is an example of changing your game plan. Now, as you will notice, this means that you need to practice self-awareness. You need to understand when you feel weak and when you feel strong, and then set up your environment in such a way that is more likely for you to succeed. If you fail, try again, but try it with game plan B. If plan B fails, try it with game plan C. Just keep trying, but with a different approach. But most importantly, be aware of what works in each game plan so that you can really bring out the best and perhaps even one day guide other people along as to which plan works. Now, the worst way to attempt something, anything, is to use willpower alone without a sound strategy and a clear idea of what you need to do. I have failed countless times while trying to run on willpower alone. Far too many times. Let me give you an example. I have been posting videos every single day for the past, let me check, 130 days. Now, willpower, or should I say extreme ridiculous willpower, will think to myself that, hey, I'm going to film 100 videos in a single day and then just really push it through and make sure I succeed, and then I'll be able to build this YouTube channel where everyone will love me, everyone will watch me speak. But instead of relying on willpower and the initial burst of energy, which is impossible, it's impossible to film 100 videos in a single day and then post it all online. And even if it were possible, it's not even productive, and it is almost impossible for anyone to want to view 100 videos in a single day. But instead of relying solely on willpower through the sheer force of will to say, oh, I'm going to just push hard, instead I relied on consistency, on taking small steps every single day. So I make a video that is 5 to 12 minutes long every single day with consistency, and I tell you the difficulty level of filming a video like this right now is around 3 or even 2 upon 10. The inertia is very low because I do it every single day. I don't think about it. You know what? When is the hardest to film the video? It is video number 1, because there's a lot of thoughts. There's a lot of thoughts of what if? What if people don't like what I say? What if no one watched my video? What if this? What if that? But I took action, and more important than that, I stayed on course and I didn't give up. I stayed on course. So using this example, learn, take small steps, and don't overestimate your willpower. We tend to have this overconfidence that this time around I will surely succeed. But learn to have this humility to know that you are human. Learn that you are human and trust in a good strategy rather than in your force of will. Use your willpower to change your environment so that your chances of success becomes higher. Now, listen, everyone's trigger and current level of discipline is different. You are you. You have your own experience. The habits that you have is different from the habits that I have. So use a journal, be aware of your triggers in nofap, and write it down on your notebook. Which time of the day, for example, is the urge the strongest? Before you sleep, when you wake up, did something happen before that causes you to want to rub one out? Are you alone at home? Have that self-awareness. And I tell you, if you have this self-awareness. You are going to not only start to become better in terms of succeeding at nofap, you will apply this skill of self-awareness to other areas of your life, and it will benefit you tremendously. So sum it up, have iterations. Game plan A, if it fails, go with game plan B. If it fails, game plan C. Just keep trying from different angles, and then one of it will eventually work, even if not perfectly, at least partially. Now I hope you like this video. If you do, like it, comment, subscribe, share this video, and I'll see you again.